Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Ima and I'm a full stack web developer and a coding instructor. I create videos to teach programming in a simple and precise way so that anyone can learn and improve their skills. Whether you are a beginner or advanced developer, I have something for everyone. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Let's get coding. In today's video, we are going to talk about includes in JavaScript. And these are our objectives. First, we will talk about the definition of includes, how to use it, some code examples, when to use it, some drawbacks, and other alternatives. Let's start with the definition of includes. Includes is a JavaScript array method that determines whether an array includes certain elements, and it is going to return true or false as appropriate, meaning that what comes back after applying includes on array is going to be true or false. So how are we going to use it? Well, you can use includes by calling it on an array and passing in the element you want to search for as an argument. The key point here is that we use includes on arrays. So let's have some code examples. Let's say we have an array of fruits. And inside this array, I want to find if we have apple inside this array. This is where we can use includes. And since includes works on arrays, when I make use of period, you can see I have all the array methods. But what we want is called includes. Then we pass in what we want to search for. Let's say I want to search for apple. So let's assign the response from this function call to a variable called isFound. And if I console log isFound, let's see, you can see here that we have true. That is why I said that includes gonna return true or false. True if the element exists inside the array, and false otherwise. If I search for kiwi, let's save it, and you can see that it is false. That is one use case. And we can have an array of numbers to find if a number exists in a particular array. Let's also have examples on objects. For this, I want to find if Alice exists in this array. So I'm going to assign to a variable called exist. And it's equal to the array of users. Then I will use includes on that. And inside we pass in the object with the ID of 1 and name as Alice. When I save this, what will be the result? So let's console log exist. And you can see that we have false, even though we have this object inside the array. So what is the issue? Remember that objects are compared by reference, but not a value. So to be able to get the actual data, we are going to use an array. So I'll take in the users, and if I want to find Alice, it's going to be index 0, and you can see that we have true. So when do we use includes? One common use case for include is to check if an element exists in an array before performing some action on it. For example, you might use includes to check if a user has permission to access a certain feature in your application, or to see if an item is already in user's shopping cart. So, let me show you how we are going to implement this to check if a user has permissions. So I'm gonna remove this console log here, and I'm gonna add a comment here saying that check if user has permission to access some features in your application. So let's declare a variable called permissions. So we are going to create a function to check. So we're going to be as const has permission and is equal to, then you pass in the permission that the user is going to pass in. And we are going to return, then we take the permissions, that's the array, and let me add s to it as that, and dot includes. Then you pass in the permission the user is going to pass in. So we're going to be as arrow function here. Alright, so here, if I call the function has permission and I pass in, let's say read, it's going to return true. So I will say const and I will say permitted is equal to that. So if I console log permitted, you can see that we have true over here. If I pass in admin, let's see permitted, you can see that we have false. So that is some of the rare use cases we can use include. So what are some of the drawbacks of using includes? One potential drawback of using includes is that it only works for simple comparisons. For example, we are comparing elements by using the strict equality. But if you need to perform more complex comparisons, you might need to use different methods like find or sum. Alright, thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you found it helpful and gained a better understanding of include. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more helpful tutorials. Until next time, happy coding!